I want to do a quick update video on the rust bluing applications for the Gliese 25 caliber. The Laurel Mountain Barrel Brown and degreaser worked flawlessly. It was a great product, very easy to use, went on really nice, really didn't get any streaking or blemishes in the finish. If you're an instant gratification kind of person, this definitely wouldn't be the process for you. It took 8 full applications, took me about 4 to 5 days of constant applying it, letting it sit for 3 hours, boiling it, and carting it off. I did, however, find that when I was carting it off, using the steel wool for a few applications really worked. It really got the chunkiness of it off, but it seemed to be pulling the finish off as I was going. So what I did is I switched it up and I used pieces of denim jeans. Had just enough texture to take the top of the crusty rust off, but leave the finish on the metal itself. So that's a note if you guys are going to try it. I did switch over and it seemed to work a little bit better. But I'm going to give you a few close-ups of the gun itself. Check it. The finish came out really well, especially seeing that I did use a draw file quite a bit and emery cloth on a lot of this because the pits and rusting was so bad. And I think I did a pretty good job, if I do say so myself. We'll get some close-ups here. This side of the slide was just all pitted right down here. This whole side was. It came out a little darker than I thought. I thought it would be a little more blue, and in certain lights it looks a little more black, but I'm okay with that. It came out really well. Definitely big difference from, there we go, big difference from what it was to what it is now. And any marks you see, really it's just the pieces of cloth when I wiped it down. Get it to focus. So really easy to use, guys. I mean, if you wanted to tackle this yourself. Again, I'm not telling you to go out and start filing on your $500-600 Smith & Wesson or anything. But if you have a gun that's in bad condition and you really want to work on it, fix it up a little bit, I think this is the way to go. Now I have no doubts or thoughts about redoing the new Smith & Wesson Model 15. I think it'll come out great. The one thing about any bluing, especially rust bluing, if you don't get all the pitting and rust off of it, this finish, it'll show right through this finish. It doesn't cover up defects and imperfections in the metal. I'm not saving this magazine. It was just too far gone, and the metal is just so thin. I couldn't really scrape on it with the draw file. But just to show you as an example, if you don't get all of the pitting off and the rust, it just comes right through, and you can see on the top of that it's really bad. So it's important that you get all that off as best you can. And that was the challenge of this particular one, was to clean this all up because it was so bad. Again, the gun was left in a tackle box for a few years and it was just rusted solid. But if you have a project at home that isn't as bad shape, that doesn't really need to be filed or anything, just a little bit of emery cloth to smooth the surface out a little bit, I would tell you give it a go. It's a fun process, and then a little bit of elbow grease, a little bit of work, save yourself money and do it yourself. Have a little fun doing it. As always, thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and if you like the videos, please subscribe. I'll put some befores and after photos after the video. Thanks again.